Hey there, I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm John, and you're watching Target Tours TV.
This is where we tell you about what we love the most, taking you on the trip of a lifetime.
Tour announcements, contests, travel stories, and tips to enjoy your next vacation. It's all right here on Target Tours TV.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Target Tours TV. I'm Jacqueline, and today I'm going to be interviewing a very important team member at Target Tours. We could not do what we do without her. Welcome, Lynn Dunphy. Thank you so much for joining us. This is really exciting to have you here and be able to chat. So thank you. I'll start off maybe by saying you share more than just a last name with John. 10 years ago, you both embarked on this business venture. What was it like to start this process 10 years ago?
To begin with, I have to explain to you, John and I have different risk factors. John is a visionary. He likes to be creative. He likes to go out on a limb and take risks and stuff. I'm low risk. So when he said to me in 2008 that, it was time for him to make a change and he wanted to leave his full-time job and be self-employed, I was really excited for him, but I was scared. We have a family to support and stuff like that. So he left his employment and he went down to the basement, him and Taz, and he waited for the phone to ring. So slowly things started to come together. He met some people, made some deals, and started to do school trips. And it was pretty exciting. I was doing the books in the evenings. I wasn't involved at the time. And slowly things began to progress. And all of a sudden he needed somebody in the office, and that was exciting. So things just started to build and build and build. So to watch him be able to do something that was obvious that he loved, how could you not share in that?
Yeah, I think it's really beautiful. You guys definitely work as a team now, though. It's definitely evolved. What's that like now, becoming more integrated in the business than when it first started?
I knew eventually that I would be full-time in the business. But we had to wait for the business to be able to have opportunity for me to be fully employed. So when I finally was able to be full-time in the business, it was super special.
Yeah, no, it's been really cool having you in the office much more too, because when I first started, you were part-time, and so we'd see you certain days of the week, and then having you fully integrated because you are such a yin to yang with John, and you're able to manage some of his ideas maybe, or filter out the suggestions.
Yeah.
But you wear a lot of hats, so even though in the office you do our accounting, and you do much more than that truthfully, but you're also co-owner and you're also a tour director. So of those roles, how is that transitioning between them? Because to be an accountant and be a tour director is very different.
It kind of blends into itself. I think because we're seeing the tours being developed, now that I'm there and I'm seeing everything, how it happens from stage one, all the way through to execution, it's easy to see how the tour is developed, what the tour director needs are going to be on the tour. So to be able to be part of the whole process, it kind of makes it easy. You have to research the destination. You try and realize who your clients are, and I can see that when I'm in the office. So you can take that knowledge and you can bring it to the tour. Yeah. So you have a little bit of insight into, if people have special occasions or they're on their own and they need a little more attention, that kind of thing. So it all kind of blends in itself.
Yeah, so even though they sound like very different positions, it really does kind of come together as one role ultimately. Yeah. And you're seeing point to point, you're seeing it from the beginning to the booking stage, processing deposits and what have you, right through to the actual tour itself.
Exactly.
And what's it like to be on tour with John, your husband, and to lead a group that way?
It's a dream come true. There are many, many times when John and I will be in the middle of a square, in Siena or we're in Copenhagen, and it's very humbling. We will actually look at each other and say, wow, we're lucky people. Yeah. To be able to see the world not only through our eyes, but through the eyes of some clients, that can be on a very special journey. We've met some great people along the way. So to be able to share that with John, it's a no-brainer.
For guests that are listening right now, what kind of advice would you like to give them if they're thinking about traveling on a group tour? What would you suggest?
I think people need to be inquisitive. If you're not sure what you want, ask the questions. You know, you're not sure what group travel is? Give us a call.
Yeah.
We'll chat. Like, we're not high pressure. I think we're there to coach as well, you know, and travel. It doesn't have to be with us, but go out there and see the world. We just happen to be a company that can help you do that. So make sure you're asking the questions and not just sitting back and saying, oh, well, I'm not sure, you know. Don't ever deny yourself the freedom to do what you want to do if you have the ability and the tools to have those questions answered.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, having traveled as much as you have and seen so much and seen the groups, what has travel given you that makes you continuously want to keep doing it?
There's so much out there. There's so many cultures out there. There's beautiful people all over the world. There's history, culture. So when John and I travel, we travel to see the world, but also to plan the next tour. We're always working. And I'm hoping that we're doing a good job.
I like to believe we are.
Yes,
Certainly
I
you
like
guys
to as
are.
well. Yeah.
And I think your point about, you know, just travel, it's super important.
Yes.
But there is a difference between independent travel and group travel. What do you think the value is in group travel that we're able to add to it?
Group travel opens up the opportunity to meet great people. Obviously, you're on the same tour as somebody else, so you have an interest that's common. And the relationships that can develop while you're on a tour, we've seen it. We have independent travelers that they'll go as a solo and they'll get on the cruise ship or wherever we are, and next year that lady is now traveling with that lady that they just met, and now they get to go and share the cost of the travel. Group travel is like-minded people on a bus or a ship or an airplane or wherever we are, sharing common interests and forming friendships. But it's very important to John and I that we bring the group together. You know, we'll always have group dinners, and we'll always include people. And, you know, if there's nothing planned for the day, John and I will say, well, guess what? We're going to go walk the Brooklyn Bridge. You want to come? And it just it allows people to just mingle and sometimes form lifelong friendships.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful part of it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I mean, a lot of people, for what gets them to go on the tour is the destination.
Yes.
So with what's coming up and kind of what you've seen so far, what's on your bucket list? Is there anywhere in the world that I can't wait to see it, or I just desperately want to go back to?
I'll always go to Italy. Sorry.
Don't have to convince you, eh?
Yeah, my bucket list destination, funny as it may sound, I've never been to Ireland. I hope someday to get to Ireland and Scotland, that area of the world. I've been close, but never had the opportunity to set foot on Irish soil yet. So I'm waiting for that one.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lynn, so much for talking today with us and sharing your experience. I know it means a lot to the folks who are listening and joined us, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you for watching Target Tours TV. Our next episode, we'll be talking with one of our tour directors. You won't want to miss it. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, where you will see live tour announcements and much more.